Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I've been MIA for some time, but I actually recently moved to New York City like a month and a half ago, and I'll definitely do a separate video on just my life update and all that good stuff. But today I wanted to talk about something that I feel like everyone has been just like very shocked about, and it's, hold up. Okay, my setup was falling apart, but anyways, basically I just wanted to talk about the entire WizardLiz situation and how it's not just about her, it's about all of us. And I think that the reason why so many of us are shocked is because she is obviously known for self-development content, for manifestation and mindset content. Like, she is literally the person that is saving so many of us from falling into situations with people that are not meant for us. So I'm sure it came as a huge shock to all of us when we found out that she was getting cheated on by her husband, and she's currently 4 months pregnant. I could not sleep last night. I'm still so shocked, and I'm so heartbroken because not only did she get married to this man, she's also having his child. My prayers go out to her, and I know she's incredibly strong and she'll definitely do her thing, okay? And karma is coming for that guy. But yeah, I guess I'm just gonna get into my thoughts about everything, and just also share some of my life experiences that I've had with men and how a woman's intuition is never wrong. So let's get into it. So I actually watched their Q&A video, I want to say the day before yesterday. And I couldn't really get through it. Like, I just couldn't. And I didn't know if that was because I've just been in this era where I've really been focusing on myself and I'm genuinely not concerned about finding someone. So I just don't really watch couple content as much anymore. I still am very happy for people who are in love and are in relationships, but I just have a very jaded view of all of it. And I was watching their Q&A video, and something just felt so off about him. She obviously has a very large following. She has a very large social media presence, and I don't know too much about him, but I think like he does have a YouTube channel. He's very rich and influential in his own way. And when those kinds of people get together and they're preaching about X, Y, and Z on the internet, I think it's very easy for us to be like, oh well, like maybe I'm just wrong, like maybe what they're doing is right, maybe it should be that way. Because I just kept thinking, I was like, bro, she can do so much better than him. Like, I just felt that the whole time. And I also peeped certain parts of the video where I was like, yo, this just feels weird. I remember when he was saying how he was like, yeah, when I met her, like, I just knew she was gonna be my wife and all this stuff. And the thing is, I think like a lot of us have become hip to what love bombing truly is, and how these guys will literally say anything to get you. But the thing is that with this guy, with Landon, I think that he was already, again, I have not done my research on this guy, and honestly I don't care to at this point, but from what I'm gathering, he was already posting a lot of self-development stuff. And in the video they were talking about how he reached out to her initially to share this book that he had read that he thought that she would really like. So he was already portraying himself to be this woke spiritual guy who's all about manifestation and mindset and aligning himself with the right values so that he can be a good provider man, or like just a good man in society. She probably, I mean, obviously not probably, like there's a reason why they ended up together. Like, she definitely fell for it. And when he was saying stuff like, oh yeah, I just knew she was the one, it was like in the sense where it was so intuitive, it was so aligned. And that's scary, because these days guys are getting smarter, bro. They're not just randomly love bombing. They're not just trying to be physical with you anymore. They want to get you emotionally. Truth is, they know they can like sleep around and get away with shit, right? Like, if they really wanted to, they could do that. But when a guy gets a woman emotionally, that gives them more power. There was like that whole era of like, oh yeah, I slept with her, blah blah blah. Now it's more so like, oh yeah, like no, I protect my energy, like I'm a high value man. Yeah, like she totally fell for me though. Like, she's like so in love with me. Like, that's what they get off to now. Point blank period. Think about it. He probably knew he could like play her, then he's won. That's how so many of us feel right now, where we all feel almost played because we're like, how did she not see the signs? Like, how did she overlook it when she's always preaching about respecting yourself, having strict boundaries, doing things for yourself, all this stuff, right? Like, I've learned so much from her. I've learned how to fully stand on business in so many ways because of her. And like, how was she not able to? But again, we'll never know. We'll never know. We don't know. And I mean, I don't know if she's gonna choose to speak up on this. I hope she does. At this point, we all need better discernment, and guys are just getting more and more clever of how to fake a lot of things to get these women emotionally, and we all need to be wary of that. I don't care if the guy is like literally preaching about manifestation and spirituality. He already was, I think, but I don't know if that was his main focus or if that's how he started off on YouTube, or I don't know what his business is about that he's created. But these spiritual godly men, yeah, no, they also like need to be checked. Everyone needs to be checked, okay? You can't trust anyone these days. There was another part in the video that I felt off about. There were several parts, right? Like, overall, just his vibe, like, I couldn't really pinpoint it. And when I had gone to the comments at the time, everyone was just like, oh my god, like, they're so, I can see it in their eyes, they're so in love, he's so good for her, I'm so happy for them. Like, I didn't notice any single comment that was like, oh, I feel like off about him, like, Landon's vibe is just weird. Like, I didn't see any of that. So I was like, A, maybe I'm overthinking it, and B, I'm not gonna go out of my way to comment that if they're happy, and like, I don't know, whatever. But anyways, I think Liz was basically just talking about how she's never really gone for looks in a man, and how with Landon, like, she found him cute, but she didn't realize that he was like actually cute or whatever, conventionally attractive, until people had pointed out to her that like, oh yeah, like, Landon's cute, like, your boyfriend's cute or whatever. And like, she was just talking about that and being playful about it and everything. And then he's just like, he just has this really serious demeanor, and he's just like, yeah, like, men shouldn't really care about their looks or anything. Like, they should really be focused on providing. And I was like, huh? I was like, what? Because it's like, that's the thing. Like, this guy knows. This guy knew this whole time what he was fucking doing. Women that preach heavily online about respecting themselves and being high value women, which obviously she is a very high value woman. I think like those guys now know how to fake that persona of like, yeah, I have money, I'm gonna provide, I'm gonna lead, I'm gonna take charge, I don't care about fluffy shit like looks. What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's just so, it's like, I don't know. I hope that I don't sound like I'm defending men by any means. I'm not. It doesn't matter whether you're closeted, whether you are like, you don't care about your looks at all. Like, none of that fucking matters. But what I'm trying to say is that as a human being, I think we all are aware of how we are perceived in terms of looks. And I think that like, it's not a bad thing to care about your looks, even as a man. Like, I'm not saying like, yeah, go like post thirst traps and like, I don't know, go crazy with that shit. If a guy wants to care about their looks, like, they want to get a nice haircut, they want to wear clothes that flatter them, like, that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think the problem is that it's just so black and white. It's like, oh, like, oh fuck, I was about to fall on my chair. This is not good. Okay. Anyways, I thought I was literally going to fall. I just think it's so black and white. It's like, either guys care way too much about their looks and are way too narcissistic, or they just shouldn't care, they shouldn't have any social media. Bro, that's the thing. Now guys are falling for that. And now these guys who are nerds, who have been overlooked their entire lives, now they're like, yo, wait, we're actually favored now. We're actually favored in society now. We're favored by women. Girls want to go for nerdier guys. Girls want to go for the guys that have low social media profiles. Girls want to go for the guys that actually preach about spirituality. Let's do that. Let's ramp that up. What the hell? I feel like we've all just lost the plot. Like, everyone's lost the fucking plot, because it's like, what is happening? The initial blueprint for being a fuckboy has completely changed. And I'm literally saying this from personal experience, from what I witnessed, and I will get into that. I will speak on that, okay? I'm not holding back today. But basically, I just like right then and there, I was like, oh, okay. He knows what he's saying. Like, he knows what he's doing. Because I feel like so many women eat that shit up, like, oh yeah, like, he doesn't care about his looks, he's not gonna cheat. He's not gonna cheat because he doesn't care. Like, bitch, everyone wants attention, okay? Everyone wants attention, and the guys that, if anything, the guys that outline that, oh, I don't care, blah, 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 I won't even be looking at girls like that. Like, shut up, bro. Shut the fuck up. We all know you do. I mean, it's fine to a certain degree. Like, if you're just glancing, can't really, like, I mean, can't lock a guy's eyes. Or even a woman's eyes. You can't do that, right? Like, people have eyes, people look. But why go out of your way to emphasize, oh, I don't look at girls. I, like, really don't even care how I look. Like, I'm not focused on, like, caring about my looks. What the fuck? Shut the fuck up. And I don't know how she didn't catch that. Even when she was like, oh yeah, like, I never go for looks. It's like, well, that probably never helped her either, right? She's definitely spoken about her ex and how, like, I forgot what exactly she said. She said, I think he was also, like, just manipulative and all this shit. He had money. I do remember that. He had money, but he, I guess, wasn't attractive and, like, whatever it was. Maybe hot take, I don't know. But I think if you're a really attractive woman, then find yourself an attractive man. I said what I said. Because hear me out. I'm not saying that... Honestly, actually, the solution is to just, like, not find a man at all, in my opinion. But if you really want to, if you're insanely attractive and you know it and everyone else sees it, wake up to that. Like, wake up to your fucking power, because, and just wake up to how you make people feel. Because yeah, I mean, obviously, like, Landon wasn't, I not my type. I didn't think he was all that, but, like, fine, he's a little bit cuter, whatever. He's just like, she's like here and he was like here. And the thing is that those kinds of guys that are more like, oh yeah, like, I'm more shy, I'm more introverted, like, I'm more nerdy, blah, blah, blah. Humans are humans. It doesn't matter what type of person you are. They know that they'll never get looked at the way that their woman gets looked at. They know that they'll never possess the kind of aura and influence that a beautiful, strong woman has. They'll never have that. They'll never know. So when they get glimpses of that, when they get, like, a little bit of that taste, they'll fucking eat that shit up. They'll run with it. This guy fucking cheated on her through Snapchat. Like, are you kidding me? While she's 4 months pregnant? I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, what can we learn from this? Never trust a man, number one. But number two, I think, like, it's also, as a woman, it's very important to surround yourself with women who are like-minded about this topic, because I've just met way too many bitches who are like, oh my god, I'm such a girl's girl, and then they're, like, fully just obsessed with their mans, or, like, being in some sort of arrangement with a guy. Girls are also very dangerous. Like, obviously, yeah, we can put the blame on men as a whole, but women are also a part of the problem, because the thing is, as a collective, if we are able to shift the narrative from, I don't even know where I'm going with this train of thought, but, like, I think what I'm trying to say is that, yes, like, obviously a lot of men are the problem, but I think a lot of women enable these men to get away with these things. And some of them, yes, unknowingly. Like, I'm not, by no means am I blaming Liz for any of this. She definitely used her discernment to the best of her ability. I'm sure she did. I'm sure she vetted him out properly. Like, she did her thing, and she still got played. So I think more and more of us need to speak up about this kind of stuff, because, like I said earlier, it's not just the bare minimum anymore. These guys know, with a lot, at least, I'm not saying with every woman, because there's still a lot of women who do not really respect themselves and allow themselves to get played in the face, and it's like, they damn well knew, they saw it coming. But I'm talking about the women who are genuinely high value women, who are always working on bettering themselves, who have a very strong mindset about life and spirituality and manifestation and all of that. It's so easy for us to get focused on what we really want. Oh yeah, we want the guy to be, like, tall, we want him to be a good listener, we want him to have these love languages. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. None of it matters. It's all energy. It's literally all energy. And I will make a separate video on this, but, like, fuck the red flags and the green flags and the love languages, and, like, everyone just needs to shut the fuck up. I'm like so pressed right now because it's, I don't know. I'm sure her situation triggered a lot of us because we've all thought back to when we got played, right? Supremely played when we least expected it. And I think that's why like so many of us are pressed, because it's like, bro, she did the inner work. She literally built herself up from scratch. Like, she fully did that shit on her own. And she was also in a bad relationship. She like was fully in a bad relationship when she was preaching about a lot of stuff on her page. Then she got out of that relationship. Yeah, like whatever happens, like even the people that preach about mindset and spirituality, shit happens to them, whatever. But I think a lot of us were just happy to see her ending up with someone who was like way better suited for her. And then that also like ended up not working out. And then she was like secretly married and then pregnant, and it was just like, damn. I don't know. I want to talk about this experience I had a few months ago where I just felt like I was completely bamboozled. But again, more women need to talk about this if they've experienced this kind of thing. Basically, there was this guy that I was in the talking stage with, and he knew of me already. Like, he had peeped my Instagram before, and I've had more of a public Instagram over the past few years, and I'll post shoots I do, like I post my fashion content, like I do my thing on the gram, you know. So the problem with that is that I don't, like, I kind of just do my thing and dip on social media, but I don't think about how I'm actually being perceived or how many people actually know who I am, like, or at least know of me through my Instagram. Because I'm just thinking, oh yeah, I'm just some account on Instagram. Well, my Instagram is very noticeable and it's kind of unrecognizable, you know, and people like remember who I am from it. And so when he disclosed that, I was like, oh, okay, like I didn't think too much of it. But that's the problem with having any sort of public presence, even if it's like, even if you think you're not all that, you're not that popping, but your page is public and you have really nice pictures up or whatever. Yeah, like guys will clock that and they will study you, because he even straight up told me, he's like, yeah, like I stalked your highlights. I'm like, oh, okay, like cool, whatever. Again, not thinking much of it, but obviously based off of my demeanor and just the way my presence was, my aura was, he clocked that I wasn't just gonna be some, I mean, I even straight up told him, I'm like, I'm not looking for a situationship. Like, I was very clear about my intentions from the jump. And he was the one that initiated that question. And he was also agreeing with me on how, yeah, like, I'm looking for a deep connection, like, blah, blah, blah. I don't want a situationship. So I'm like, okay, whatever. We're safe on that, right? So I thought. And the thing is, yeah, guys will definitely see what they can get away with off the bat. But yeah, if they sense that, like, you have it going for yourself, you're a beautiful woman, you're a high value woman, they will study you and they will try to find ways to emotionally manipulate you, not physically. And that's exactly what happened. This guy did not initiate anything, like, you know, he wasn't trying to be like a fuckboy in a very generic sense. So I think when my battery died, I was in the middle of talking about this experience that I had where it just reminded me of the WizardLiz situation. Obviously not to that extent of what she is now going through, but basically I was in this talking stage with this one guy, and the way that he presented himself to be was so just in alignment with who I was and how I am, or how my mindset is and all this stuff, right? Like, he was just like, he was presenting himself to be super spiritual, woke, oh, I journal, I meditate, I'm really into vision boarding, manifesting. Did I already say manifesting? I don't know. Like, he was basically saying all the right things for me, right? Like, he was just, I don't know, like, I'm not gonna lie, I straight up thought he was a fuckboy just based off of his appearance and the way he dresses and all that stuff. But I was like, let me look past that, because anyone can make assumptions about anyone. And then obviously, like, when I got to know him, I was like, oh, he just seems really evolved. He seems like he's trying to better himself, and he has a good mindset and outlook on life, and he seems to care about so many different things. And we were able to have really intellectual conversations. Like, we were able to literally talk about anything and everything. His face too, like, it just seemed like he just seemed so genuine and like just bubbly. And I don't know, I would have never guessed that he would have played me later on. It's definitely overlooking certain things, but the way that he packaged himself to be, I was like, oh, like, this is refreshing. I haven't really met a guy like this. He was genuinely trying to get to know me, really trying to get to know my interests and all this stuff, right? I'm not going to harp on this too much for much longer, but the point is that when a guy senses that you have it popping, right? Like, you have certain, whether that be in your looks or your social media presence or just your overall aura, right? Guys can feel that, guys can sense that, and guys can see that. Other people can feel that energy of yours, and that you are a high value woman, and you're also perceived to be that way. So then what do? They know they can't just fuck around and get into a situationship with you. They know they can't just play you physically. They know they can't do that. So then what's their next best option? To get you emotionally. And that's exactly what happened to TheWizardLiz. Do you think she was really like entertaining some rando ass guy? No. That's the thing. I think that the more high value you become, the more discernment you have to have, actually. Because now, you know, there's guys that will want to supremely play you when you get more and more powerful. And it becomes this validation thing for them. Like, oh yeah, if I can bag them and then I can play them, then I've won. I didn't even realize, like, maybe I was being naive this whole time, but obviously, yeah, I knew, like, oh yeah, fuck boys, blah, 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 discernment, all this shit. I was hip to a lot of this stuff, but I always thought that guys just wanted to play girls physically, right? And, like, I guess, like, kind of emotionally get them, but only if the girl really allowed for that to happen, knowing damn well that the guy wasn't really even gonna give her a title as a girlfriend or, like, whatever, right? Like, that's, like, at that point, it's, like, very obvious that you're gonna get played. But I think that we need to start talking more about our experiences that we've had where we've been doing the right thing, where we do use our discernment, where we really try to analyze these guys that come to us, and they are actually coming correct. They are saying all the right things, and not in like a super love bomby obvious way, but more so in a way that they seem very aligned with our mindset. Those are I'm not giving them that much power. I'm not going to give them that much credit where it's like, oh yeah, like, they're so dangerous. I just think that we have to have better discernment moving forward as women and get hip to the fact that these guys are getting more and more creative because they know the bar's in hell. And that's literally like what all women preach these days. It's like, oh yeah, I hate men, the bar's in hell, blah, 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 fuck this, fuck that. So now these guys are trying to be more palatable to higher value women, because I feel like a lot of us women have been withdrawing our access to men. Like, we're not as easy to play with as we were before, as just like collectively, right? And so guys are waking up to this, and now they're like, oh, let's just get her emotionally, because then she will open up to me in different ways. I had to say it. It's a sad truth, but it is the truth. They know that, oh yeah, like, if I can just get her emotionally, I'm in. So, I don't know. I just think that there's something that we can all learn from Liz's experience, and I really genuinely do hope that she talks about this, because, like I said, more and more men are getting more and more creative with how they present themselves, and it's so easy for them to, I don't know, the perception management thing is very crazy. Like, they know exactly how they need to be perceived in order to get their, like, dream woman. But no. I think this is something, I don't remember if I said this earlier, if it got cut, but basically what I was trying to say is that don't give any guy, like, the benefit of the doubt because, oh, he's a nerd, or oh, he doesn't have social media, or oh, you know, yeah, he is good looking, but he's really woke and it seems like he's really working on himself and he's not as ego driven as he was before. Like, don't give anyone those excuses. Never go for a guy that makes you feel like he's a safer option. None of them are safe. None of them are safe. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm so sorry to break it to you. None of these guys are safe options. So just choose wisely, I guess. Like, I don't even have a solution for this because, like, I don't know. But I just think that like we've all, not all, but like a lot of us collectively, we've woken up to their tactics on how to play you in most ways. But I don't think, and I don't see enough women talking about how these guys will cosplay themselves to be very like spiritual and woke. We've taught, like, I've seen women talk about like, oh yeah, like godly men, you know, like guys that are like God-fearing. Like, yeah, I've heard of that whole discourse about how those guys are dangerous, but I just haven't heard enough discourse about the guys that are like actually talking about self-development and mindset and spirituality. Those, because I think that's just so new for us, right? Like when these guys approach us and they are like, they seem like they're in alignment with what we are about, that's just like a whole different ball game that they're now playing. So we really need to wake up to the fact that these guys know that the bar's in hell. So instead of actually improving themselves, they'll just get creative. They'll find ways to get around it so that they can acquire you faster. The guys that actually go through with it, with putting up the facade for such a long time, those are like, honestly, I think they're my most psychotic guys, at least in my brief experience I had. The guy couldn't keep up the facade for too long. But yeah, I feel like there was more that I wanted to say, but the key takeaway is to just like never trust anyone so blindly. I'm not saying she was trusting him blindly. I'm not saying like, oh, we're all stupid and we all need to like really check ourselves. I'm not saying that, but I just think that like, even after you're married, even after you have the child, even after they have actually like done a lot for you to make your life easier, don't fully trust them. Always be in your own world, okay? Always do what's best for you. Always still have your life be catered towards yourself, and don't give into, like, I'm just so tired of seeing so much shit online of like, oh yeah, like if you're like this, then a guy will do this for you. If you dress like that, then a guy will be more blah blah blah. It doesn't matter. Like, we all just need to wake up to that. Like, I can't emphasize that enough. Like, it doesn't matter what type of guy he is. It doesn't matter what type of girl you are. They will find a way to cheat. They will still find a way to play you, bro. Don't ever take them for what they're even preaching. And if what they're preaching aligns with what you, like, how you are and how you view things in life, like none of that matters. There's very few guys, essentially, yeah, the guys that genuinely want to better themselves, they will do it and it will show. They won't have to preach about it. I have yet to find a guy like that, but there's got to be some out there. Because the thing is that I think, like, obviously, yes, men and women are different biologically. I agree with that. There's no denying that. But I think that focusing on yourself and healing, really properly doing the inner work, it doesn't just benefit women. It benefits men too. Having more control over their lust, having more control over their emotions, having that emotional regulation, not always seeking power and control. That's also going to benefit them in every single aspect of their lives, just as much as it does for us. So no, it's not that, oh yeah, men can't evolve themselves, or it doesn't benefit them to evolve themselves. They're just lazy pieces of shit for the most part, but ones that really want to improve their lives, they will do it quietly. They will not have to preach about it or be about it or whatever it is. That's just my 2 cents on everything. I'm still very disturbed about it because, like, I just can't go. I don't know. Like, she's carrying his freaking child, and she thought that they created that child out of love. And now imagine how jaded she feels about all of that. But again, we don't know the backstory. We don't know anything fully. So, I don't know. Alright, well, I'm just going to end this video here. But I will be back with more content. And I definitely do intend on being more active on this channel. So, that's all for now. I love you guys. Let me know your thoughts on the whole situation. Or if you guys have had similar experiences drop them in the comments down below, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.